Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Tonight, new Anthem Brewing Company out of Wilmington, North Carolina. We are going to review their He's So Fine. This is a double IPA that comes in this really cool black can. New Anthem is a brewery that is very limited release, not a very good wide path of distribution on the East Coast. But if you can get these beers, I highly recommend you find them and purchase them. So the bottom of the can here, this beer was brewed 3 weeks ago. Brewed and canned 3 weeks ago. I get these pretty fresh. This is a series that they have done where they use Centennial, Columbus, and Mosaic hops. And then the way that it reads on the side of the can, I know you probably can't see that because of the lighting. It says water, pale malt, oats, and wheat. Like, they don't say a lot of the details here. IBUs, I don't know. ABVs are 7.3%. The website's pretty cool, but it's very limited in what they tell you. This brewery has really exploded in the Eastern Shore or Eastern Coast line, because what they'll do is you buy them in a 4-pack like this, and they're usually $16, $17, $18. Well, 15, 16, 17, 18. They're not cheap. You're looking at least $4 a can. But where they distribute, you can get them within a week of them, or less even. I've had one that was 3 days old after hitting the can, and they're really good. They're well-balanced beers. They've got a cool complexity to them, and right now they're not, expanding all over the place. So again, limited release. I've kind of beat that down, but I have not had this one. This is the only can I was able to get of this one. Pouring it in the glass, you can already tell it's one of those hazy double IPAs, which is the trend, that West Coast style that everybody is. I've reviewed so many of these in the last 6 months. They're everywhere. I can already smell the hops too. So it's got this kind of very kind of opaque-ish yellow color. I mean, you can't see your hand on the back. It is straight up hazy. I mean, this is why you buy these beers. The aroma is phenomenal. This one smells like a lot like Centennial hops, which is clearly one of the hops in here. It's got kind of that more herbally, kind of gritty, kind of pine needle-ish, but definitely a little bit of a balance with some fruit in there. Orange, lemon, maybe, even kind of like a kiwi-ish. The aroma on these are always extremely good, and they're not just one thing. It's not just an orange or a hop. So yeah, little bit of a head on it. Laces the glass just a teeny tiny bit. All right, cheers. Let's give the glass. That's different. It definitely has, just like the aroma, it's got that kind of peppery, kind of earthy bite to it at the beginning of your palate because of the Centennial and the Columbus hops. It does have a little bit of the fruitiness in the palate, not as much as there is in the aroma. The aroma is definitely fruitier. It definitely has a nice mouthfeel to it. You can tell by the mouthfeel it's this unfiltered-ish hazy IPA. It's got kind of a little bit of that floating around in your palate. Nothing floating around the glass. I mean, it's hazy, but there's nothing residual. This is one of those where I give it extra points and credit because I get them really fresh, and you can tell that this was just brewed 3 weeks ago. The mouth feels really good. I'm not a huge fan of these hazy IPAs, but they're everywhere at this point. So I'm doing my best to give them credit where credit is due. It's got a very good hop flavor to it. The finish is really nice too. It's light to medium consistency, but I think from front to back palate is really, really tasty. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the over earthy tone either, which this one definitely has. It's very good. It's very drinkable. There's no booziness. It finishes really, really well. We rate our beers between 1 and 5. This is where I struggle with some of these hazy IPAs. It's great. It's fresh. It's brewed well. It's got a ton of things to it. At the price point, I probably wouldn't buy it again. That's my own personal style opinion on these hazy IPAs. I would rate this for the hazy IPA market probably between a 3.5 and a 4. Well done, well brewed, very complex flavor, very nice finish. It's got a little bit more of the bite of that Centennial and Columbus hop that kind of twists your jaw a little bit. That's what they're supposed to do. So, with that being said, it's very well done, but I don't know if I'd buy it again. Maybe is what I would say. Again, I always buy these beers, always, when there's a new one, because I can get them fresh, and they're phenomenal fresh. So it's still a great beer. That's about it. I mean, this is one of those, I struggle with these beer reviews because I want you, the viewer, to look at it and say, well, would I buy it or not? Yes, buy it. If you find it, buy it is the answer. Me personally, I wouldn't stock my refrigerator with it because it's really not that trend that I like, but I will enjoy drinking it. I think it's got a lot of great characteristics to it, and fresh, these things are really hard to beat regardless of the price point. So, long review, I know that. I hope that helps. If you've tried the He's So Fine from New Anthem, please leave comments on our YouTube channel or our website, microbeerreviews.com. We do upload all the time. We do appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, we'll see you again real soon. Cheers.